I've been in the acting community in 3 different markets since 1975, and very happy to say I've been back in the Valley since '81. And Theater Works, interestingly enough, I did not work with until about 5 years ago. And I knew David Woe, and I was thrilled to finally get to Theater Works. The first show I did here was Dixie Swim Club. And that's one of the reasons I love doing this show. It's like a big reunion for me. Cathy Dresbach and I were on stage in Dixie Swim Club. I know her style of comedy. We've both been doing comedy in this town for years. So when I realized I had the opportunity to do Phyllis in her show, I knew right off the bat her writing was going to be right on target for what I do. So I was thrilled. The reunion aspect for me also, Deborah K. Stevens, who is our director extraordinaire, and Jody, who's also in the show on stage in this play. The 3 of us were on stage together as sisters in 1987, and this is the first time we've been back on a project together, all 3 of us. So that's kind of a thrill. I have a little bit of history with also because she played a character in a play that I wrote. The other 2 ladies I had not met before except maybe at one audition. But it's just such a wonderful group of dynamic women that's why I think, quite honestly, this play is going to appeal to almost anybody who walks into the theater. If you want a relational slice of life piece of theater, this is it. These people travel so far along in their collective lives together that they really are like sisters, and that's one of the reasons this cast is so wonderful to work with. Everybody is like that. I always say, don't worry about being people's first choice. Be thrilled and thank God when you're their last choice. This role of Phyllis was the one I really wanted to audition for. The day of auditions, I was in an airplane. The day of callbacks, I was circling for landing. So I missed the whole ball of wax. One of my other friends had been cast in the role, and she had to renege at the last moment. They called me back, and it was still for the role that I wanted. So I feel so blessed. Phyllis and I are very much alike in that we are very strong, opinionated, and loyal people who love our friends and family and get such a kick out of giving them little gifts, little tchotchkes, little things just for no reason at all. So that's one of the things that's very appealing to me in this role, is the fact that that's something I do anyway. And I actually in real life belong to a bunco group who has now been keeping journals for over 20 years, and we always had presents. When we quit playing bunco and decided, let's just go out on the town and go to dinner every time we meet, I'm still the one that brings something and makes them play a game to see who's going to win the present. Well, the biggest challenge for me, being probably the oldest person in the cast, was the fact that I thought most people had the script for about a month, and I was given the script a week before we went into rehearsal. So I had the same knee-jerk reaction I did as an actor with a 2-year-old. I wanted to make sure I could learn almost all the lines before I got to rehearsal. It never happens, but it's a really righteous goal. So, and it's based in panic. It's not based in vanity or anything else. But that to me was my biggest challenge. But when I got here, this play just makes so much sense. And every bit of dialogue and conversation in every scene, it's such an accessible show for an actress, that you can grasp concepts and lines so completely easily that you have a lot of time to spend reflecting upon your character. I think that's a real gift when you have somebody who can write like that, and Cathy certainly can. So this is it's less of a challenge than I thought it would be in those respects of getting something cold and going, oh my God, No, it's been a wonderful experience so far. And we've only been in it, what, 2 weeks, maybe 1 week? And it just all makes so much sense. And it's just a pleasure to be on stage with this script. Really enjoys Phyllis talking about her cat and his diet. Well, there's an intriguing piece of PR. Come see what my cat eats. I think this is so accessible as a slice of real life to anybody, whether you just have girlfriends or, you know, going to college reunions or a party or just long-term relationships. It's so much fun to watch these women interacting. And quite honestly, I realize it's a woman's show, but I think men are going to enjoy this just as much, because don't tell me they don't have their little poker groups. I know my husband does. So, you know, I'm not privy to what they discuss. That's verboten. But I really do think everybody's going to enjoy this. I think it's a great holiday show, because the holiday is all about coming together with friends and family and sharing each other's love and little presents. So I think it's totally appropriate for everybody, and I think they're going to get a big kick out of it.